Thank you, Ambassador Buck. And now would you please welcome the permanent representative of Italy, Ambassador Claudio Bisogniero.
Thank you, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, friends. Thank you for coming, and thank you, Wayne, for your opening remarks. And it's great to share the podium with Ambassador Buck, Ambassador Hogue, and then, of course, the ASG for PDD, Tajana Ildem. I know, Kerry, this event has a special meaning for you personally, which didn't emerge, but it will emerge at some point. But it does have a special meaning for me personally as well, because in December 1986, I was here at NATO, and I did have to organize during the NATO Foreign Ministers meeting the celebrations of the 30th anniversary of the report. And we actually managed to dig out from the archives the menu, believe it or not, of that gala ministerial dinner. And the menu, believe it or not, was actually Canadian salmon, tournedos rossini, and as a dessert, omelette norvégienne. So thanks God we do not have a dinner at this particular time. So now it's for me to say a few words about Gaetano Martino, our own wise man. Martino was born in 1900, and during his life he witnessed two world wars, the First and the Second World Wars, but also the conflict between, believe it or not, Bolivia and Paraguay, because he was living and working in Latin America at that time. And actually, he not only witnessed those conflicts and those events, but during his stay in Paraguay and during the Second World War, he actually asked to serve as a doctor in the hospitals, in the military hospitals, to face the public health emergencies that, as you can imagine, derived from those wars. So he was a renowned doctor at the international level, and he was a great statesman. Gaetano Martini was actually among the protagonists of the relaunching of Europe in the mid-50s, together with such other protagonists like Robert Schuman, Jean Monnet, and Paul-Henri Spaak. Martino was a great promoter of European and Atlantic values. His vision was that the European communities and the transatlantic bond represented by NATO are inseparable. And as a matter of fact, as we, at this particular time, we ourselves are discussing and debating the need for closer collaboration and cooperation between NATO and the European Union, I think that Martino's views are undeniably very current and very topical. Gaetano Martino was also the first Italian foreign minister to speak at the UN General Assembly when Italy became a member of the UN in 1955. So in his vision, as a great promoter of European values, Atlantic values, the political, economic, and defense agreements should be seen in a broader context aimed at the full achievement of individual liberties, democracy, rule of law, and civil society. The political highlight, I would dare to say the political masterpiece in Gaetano Martini's political life was the Messina Conference in 1955, which relaunched the European engine. The conference actually took place less than 1 year after the failing of the European defense community, which you may recall. For Martino, and I quote him, European unification and Atlantic alliance are not alternative, but rather complementary processes aimed at merging into a unitary one, leading to the unity of the Atlantic world. And I'm sure that Minister Martino would have agreed with the idea that a stronger European Union and a stronger European defense make NATO stronger. Under the chair of Martino, the Committee of the Three Wise Men, among some doubts and some misgivings at that time, let's be frank, well, the Three Wise Men conveyed, as we know, because otherwise we wouldn't be here celebrating today, they conveyed important renewed conceptions and practices to NATO. The manifesto of the Three Wise Men really shaped NATO's political role, as Ambassador Buck just said, at a time when the focus for this alliance was mainly on hardening its military stance. And many voices advocated massive retaliation in the nuclear field as a key element of NATO's strategy. So the adoption and strengthening of political consultations among allies, and the call for more internal solidarity, cohesion, and unity permanently shaped NATO as a political military and not only military organization. And to this day, that legacy continues to mark our alliance. So today, 60 years later, we can really describe Martino's, Persons, and Lange's ideas as truly prophetic. Thank you very much.